Hello, it's Mitch Tarr, President and founder of ZinMarketing.com, and today we've got a really cool presentation, a really cool tip for you. I like to show case studies where we can actually demonstrate something happening in real life, in real time, and you can see where things are going well, and you can see where things need to be improved. So we just really have a great case study today. Right now, the rage, one of the most viral campaigns going, is the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. And the Ice Bucket Challenge is, it's absolutely an iconic campaign. It's fabulous. It's viral. It's one of the things that a marketing person dreams of, being able to run a campaign like this. I think it's up there with the Got Milk, the Movember, the Live Strong, any of those kinds of campaigns that are, really iconic and carry their own weight, where the campaign itself is almost part of the story. Anyway, this campaign, the Ice Bucket Challenge, it's resulted in a huge surge in donations. It's probably resulted in a huge surge in newsletter signups. The numbers are just staggering. You can't go anywhere online or in social media and not see somebody doing the Ice Bucket Challenge. And it's reached everybody. It's celebrities, sports stars, political figures, business leaders, everybody, and regular people. And it is super viral. So what I thought we could do is just kind of, when something like this happens, I want to look at their email practices and see how they're doing. This organization is absolutely, they will never have to worry about donations again for the entire time of their existence, simply because their donor list has just surged spectacularly, and their email list has probably gone through an equally large increase in its size. So let's take a look. I think the first thing to do, let's just go to their website and take a look at the website. So I go to ALS website and I take a look at the top right corner. And the first thing you see is it says sign up for our newsletter, your email address, and sign up. So a couple of things here of note. It's in a really good location on the website. It's on the top of the page. It's on the right-hand side. That's an excellent practice, so they're doing a great job. It's also on every single page on the website, so no matter where you go inside the site, if you're reading content or if you're reading about their mission, or if you're doing anything on the top right-hand side of the page, there's the newsletter sign up. That's a great practice and something that you should do on your own site. Make sure that there is an opt-in form on every single page. Now, something they've just done here, they've only asked for email address, and that's okay. And they've only said sign up for our newsletter. A really small improvement would be to say why. Tell me why I should sign up for the newsletter. They've definitely got the real estate for it. And I could say sign up for our newsletter. Why? Because you'll get the latest information, the newest updates, the most spectacular breakthroughs. There's some good reason why you should sign up. And usually you will get a bump in conversion rate if you tell people why they should join. But that's a small improvement. Like I said, they're doing a great job by having it in a good location and by having it on every single page. And you've heard me say that before, so that's a good practice. Now, I fill in my email address, I hit the submit button, and what happens? Boom, I get this error message. And the error message says, please review your entries below. Some questions may require answers or require answers in a specific format. Talk about a giant programming mistake. You've only asked me for email address, and I put it in, and I put it in correctly. Let's just assume that I did that. And suddenly I'm on this page, and I get an error message. And this really is the equivalent of the thank you page, what I call the thank you page. You hit the form, you end up on the thank you page. Instead of getting a thank you message, I get an error message. So right away, this is a shock to my system. This has kind of set me off. It's got some copy in here, and it's kind of like, this is sort of disconnected from sign up for the newsletter. Yes, I wanted to sign up for the newsletter. That's why I'm here. That's what I did. I thought I did it correctly. Obviously, I did it wrong. I don't know what I did. There's a whole bunch of thoughts going through my head. And when I look at this page in some detail, this one says, we think it's great that you want to keep in touch with us and learn more. Please take a moment to give us some information so we can better communicate with you. That's a little bit of a lame way to say, we want your first and last name as a required field. So in my opinion, this is a really, really big mistake. If you want first name and last name, ask for it at the very beginning where you make the request for email address. If you want just first name or just name, that's okay. If you want just email address, that's okay too. The problem here is this page, when I fill in the information, this should be a success page. And every time I attempted this, it was a failure page. Every time I attempted this, it did not work. So the challenge here is your programming process has just really turned into a problem. The next thing is, this is new, but if you're keeping your eyes on the Canadian anti-spam legislation, the checkbox marked on, where it says, yes, keep me posted on how I can create a world without ALS. You can't do that. You can't have a checkbox automatically marked on. So that's a little bit of a mistake, because you're essentially going against the Canadian legislation, and that's a bad idea. So this page is really disconnected. It shouldn't be an error page with required fields. It should be a success page. This, and I call it the thank you page in the sequence, and it should recognize, yes, you did it properly. We got your information. Congratulations. Welcome. It should have a totally different feel to it. And then finally, at the bottom, it says keep in touch. That's better than using submit. It's also, I would probably make it match the newsletter sign up page if you go back to the beginning, where it says here, it says sign up for our newsletter, and it uses the sign up button. If you see in the top right there, the sign up button is a much better to use than submit. And I would probably use down at the bottom here, instead of keep in touch, I would match that and make that a sign up one as well, just for continuity. So really bad programming mistake. It's costing them signups. And what should be happening, here's an alternative. After by the way, after I click on the keep in touch button, it returns me to the home page of the website. So that's their version of closing the loop. I've gone through the sequence successfully, even though it was jarring to me. And I end up now on the home page of the website. Now it's up to me to figure out what to do next. So as the reader, I'm kind of, stuck. I don't know what to do. I'm on the home page. I'm just as likely to drift off to some other place on the web and drop this page or hit the back button as I am to dig in and start to read on the page. Here's an alternate. If you had a proper thank you page working, the thank you page would say, number one, congratulations and thank you very much for signing up. Number two, here's what to expect. You're on our list and you'll see a newsletter from us when we send out the next one in this coming week or month or whenever it comes out. And number three, there's absolutely nothing wrong with saying, if you would like to make a small donation now, click here and we'll take you to our donation page. And there's going to be some percentage of people that sign up, maybe 10 in 100, maybe 20 in 100, maybe 30 in 100, that will actually make a donation right now just because you asked them. So instead of having a thank you page, which is an error message and really jarring, make it a successful thank you page and ask people to make a donation. And this works exceedingly well for charitable organization applications, and it also works well straight up in a business organization, where somebody signs up for the newsletter, you can ask them to buy something at the end of the process, or put them on some more advanced product page down the road. So the whole point of showing you this is one of the single best iconic marketing campaigns ever, paired with some semi-effective email marketing sign-up processes. I would much rather see this nice and clean and effective and working. So the takeaway from this is everyone can improve. Even an incredibly effective organization like that, start right at the beginning. Look at your processes, how things are doing. Review them in person. Go fill out the form and see what happens. And does it make sense what happens? My guess is nobody reviewed this process to see what these steps are. And you've heard me talk about this before, but did you use the thank you page properly? Something else, I didn't show it here, but something else, a little small note, I did not receive a welcome message within the first hour, and even within the first day. Another great practice when you do something like this, you sign somebody up for something like a newsletter or anything that has a sign up to it, send a welcome message out immediately. That's the beginning of the relationship. This is your opportunity to make a good first impression. Without a welcome message, nothing happens until I get the newsletter. That might be 3 weeks from now. I may not even remember having been here, believe it or not, because people are on the web doing things all the time, day and night, week and weekend. They sign up for things here and there. I might not remember having been through this 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. The welcome message is going to help start the building of our relationship. So I didn't write it down here, but I would definitely recommend that a good welcome message would go hand in hand with a good thank you page. Hopefully that was helpful to you. And of course, you can go to zinmarketing.com/help to learn how we can do this type of thing for you specifically. Or if you'd like to learn how to do it yourself, go to nospamemailmarketing.com. We built a really great training program that takes you step by step through this process. A little bit longer today, but a really great case study. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you next time.